Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be March's crochet challenge. If you haven't ever been on my channel before, each month I like to do a little goal challenge to help motivate myself to just do something a little bit more fun with my crochet. And this month in March, even though I am already 2 days into the month, I am now finally starting the challenge, which is actually quite different from last month. Last month I started like 4 or 5 days early. My plans for March, I would like to do a no-buy month. Last month I kind of failed it. I wasn't planning on doing another no-buy month, but I failed so epically last month that I am going to be continuing it once again this month. And if we do really well, maybe we won't do it next month. I have this goal for myself that I would like to make 8 to 10 TikTok crochet tutorials. I have this whole entire concept idea around making a crochet for beginners like tutorial series, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about starting with. And then I have 4 challenge items that I would like to do. So for challenge items, what I have gone ahead and done is in this jar I have just written out a list of items that I generally know how to crochet. It's like hats, beanies, blankets, shawls. And then in this bucket I have written out a list of challenges, and there are a couple of tabs in here that have listed out no challenge, or maybe I have to pick 2 challenges. What I'd like to do is 4 times throughout the month, just to kind of motivate myself, maybe use up some scrap yarn, maybe to just make a fun little video, is pull from this and this at the same time. I really want to start posting weekly on my channel, and so I need to be able to talk about things weekly instead of just in a month-long context. The next thing I want to do is I do want to try to track my yarn usage, and I'm thinking I'm going to do this instead of what I did last month, which was weigh yarn at the end of the month, which means I have to kind of use yarn out of a very particular bucket the whole entire time. Is every single time I finish a project, I want to make 3 of my wish list items. So I have been realizing that I have been so focused on clearing my whips and using up my scrap yarn and focusing on tutorials and all of that, which is wonderful and great, that I've been kind of ignoring making things for myself that I've been really wanting to make. Some of them I've been really wanting to make for a long freaking time. And then finally at the end of the month, I like to throw this one in here every single month. I want to finish 2 whips, and I think all of that will be doable. I think this will be a lot to do in this month. Hello, many days later. I am on day 3 of a migraine, and I need to tell you guys about the thing I did last night, which is going to piss me off. On a migraine, I get them a lot, so I tend to just kind of still continue to function through them, because if I didn't, I would do nothing in my life. I would do nothing. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bucket hats last night while on a migraine, and they're cute and they're very pretty, and I'm really happy with how they look. Except when I went to try them on at the very end of the night, I was like, whoa. I was like, they don't fit right. Like, something's weird about them. Now, I wrote my own pattern for my bucket hats, and I wrote 2 patterns, except I did something really dumb when I wrote my patterns. I have a pattern for a 2-strand at an 8mm yarn and a 1-strand at a 7mm, and this is what it looks like, just because I'm like practicing and working it out before I like release it to the public. This is kind of how they always look. And so the 8mm is here, and the 7mm is just in like little notes off to the side. And so if you're literally not me, the 7mm is gibberish. It is absolutely gibberish, because the 7mm one, you're doing everything exactly the same except for at, I think it's 2 or 3 spots. Now, I was doing all of these in the 7mm, so I just need to change up those 2 or 3 spots. And I did, except for in one spot. And that was at the very, very first row. I accidentally chained 12 into the loop instead of following here where it says for 7mm, chain 14. And that means to do double crochets into the loop, or to do 14 double crochets into the loop. That's what I did wrong. So that means that in this very initial starting, I was supposed to do 14, which is what these hats have. And instead I did 12. And so there is a significant difference. You can see, like, I have them lined up on this side to this side. And I don't like how these sit. And now I have, what did I count out? 7, 8 of these that I love how they look. Like, the colors are gorgeous. Like, look at that one, that's so pretty. Look at that one's so pretty. I'm kind of like, I don't want to redo all of these. This was hours of work, and it was hours of migraine work. So do I just leave them alone? Especially these ones where I literally tied in all my ends. Like, I'm never going to be able to undo those. And I like switched colors while I was going. I don't think I'm going to be able to undo those ones. Oh, it just frustrates me so much. And then these, like, I've done them in this, so I know I don't have enough yarn because they're done in this. So I need to somehow come up with another yarn. So I'm hoping I'll have an answer to this before this video gets posted. But I kind of wanted to let you guys know, yeah, I haven't checked in a while. I have not been feeling great. I haven't really been wanting to be on camera in like a week. I've been really busy. Also, I haven't been doing a ton of crocheting, to be honest. And then last night when I did sit down to do it, I messed up. So it's March 14th, which is basically halfway through the month. And I've barely said anything in this video. I have done kind of some looking at my goals and evaluation of kind of what I set for myself this month. I am the kind of person who truly believes that goals are meant to be set, but they are also meant to be changed if they are no longer serving you. So this is me basically coming to you to say, we're going to be changing some things up because I think I got overzealous. I think that my goals would have been fine in a different month. But I think with me being so busy the first few weeks of the month, I wasn't going to be able to do all of them like I wanted to. And then I also started this month mapping out my like YouTube plans for like the next, I think I'm only like 3 months planned at a time now. And that's just because I have so many ideas. Normally I would not be that far. And I realized this month did not make sense for me to do all of the tutorials that I wanted to do. Yada, 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 yada. Big story short, we're gonna change my goals slightly. And by change them slightly, I mean, I'm just gonna reduce them. I'm gonna keep most of them, but I'm going to reduce. I'm gonna keep 4 of them. We're gonna keep going with the no buy. I did buy some more yarn, but it was literally to finish off, hello, Kelsier, to finish off a project that I am currently working on. So it has not arrived yet. I do not count that. Only while I'm filming. I was like calling for him earlier and he was not coming. Number 2, I'm going to still try to do 4 challenge items. I haven't done a single one yet, but I would like to try to do 4 before the end of the month. We'll see if I actually get to do 4. I would like to still try to do 3 wish list items. I have started 1 and it is going to take me a lot of time. But I would like to try still. And then my final 4th goal is to complete 2 whips. Here you go. Worked on 1 whip, which I have not shown you. So let me show you that real quick. Hopefully it's in here. Yes. So this is the whip that I started at the end of last month with my scrap yarn, just kind of as a like howdy do. I don't really have anything else to work on. I have this yarn on my desk, start a whip. And I have since done the back panel, joined the front and back panel, and done 1 whole sleeve of this sweater. And so all I need to do is the other sleeve, and I am so happy with how this is looking. I honestly don't have that much left of it. I could probably sit down and knock this out really quickly, but I am working on my other project, my wish list item, which is downstairs. It's the I Smell Snow sweater, which I am making like an individual video for, so I'll show it in this video. I just don't feel like going and getting it right now, and I have to get ready for a work meeting very soon. I know I'm not going to accomplish all of them. I'm narrowing it down from there, and I'm trying to refocus as much as I can. It feels good to now only have like a much more reasonable thing to focus on. So today's been an interesting day. Still the same day. I got a horrible migraine today. So bad, in fact, that I actually got incredibly sick. I don't want to say the words. Spewed my guts. I've never done that before from a migraine, but instantly I felt better. And I still feel pretty good, although I feel kind of gross just from like going through that experience. I was working on my sweater. Let me go get it. Ta-da! And I absolutely would have had it done way earlier if it weren't for me going through that experience and then laying down for like 3 hours afterwards, which I think is very reasonable for me to do. I had a call with one of my friends tonight and I was feeling well enough to still do that, so we did it, and I finished off my sleeve just now, so I guess I should probably try it on and show you. I literally just did this for TikTok and I don't know why I didn't keep it on for you, but here we go. Here she is on a great outfit that it definitely goes with. I feel like I should make you brighter. Here she is. I think she's so cute. I actually really love it. I really like this pattern. I'm definitely making one again in the future, but like in colors that I will wear. I will be listing this on my Etsy shortly, so I don't know. I'm really hoping to list it in the next like 2 days, so I don't know if it'll still be available when this video goes live, because this video probably won't go live for like, what, it's the 15th, no, it's the 14th right now. What day is it? And I really want to make a pattern based on this because I really like it. Are you guys watching Severance right now? Where I'm at today, the second to last penultimate episode came out last night. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm kind of debating pausing and like just watching 2 episodes next week instead of watching the episode this week. But I also feel like I'll get spoilers on TikTok if I wait. The fact that I didn't watch it today kind of makes me feel like I could wait. I kind of feel like working on a whip. I kind of don't feel like working on this sweater right now because like that takes a lot of like really tiny detail work. So I guess let's pull up my whips and see what I could be working on. I have my moss stitch green blanket, which also I feel like is not that far from being done because I'm using like a ginormous hook, and it does have 3 balls of yarn left until it's finished, but it works up so fast. So this is my moss stitch blanket. Huzzah! I still have this much left over of the yarn. It's left over from one of these. So I have 2 of these and this left over. And then I was using one of these Karen macchiato cakes, but I was using it in the color Serenity. I looked online. Why am I standing for this? You can't even see me. I was using it in the color Serenity, and they no longer sell the color Serenity, at least not on Michael's website. So I got, they fortunately still have a green color, so I got that out of the green color, but the other green color is now called Nourish. So the macchiato cake is like, you can't even see it. It's the less limey color. It's got this like teal, it's got this like white, it's got this like nice kind of sagey color. This will be fine. And I am using my 7mm Curls, Furls, Laurels hook. This is as far as I am making it tonight. I think I did like 8 rows, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not gonna measure it tonight and see how big it is, but I think it's probably like 5-6 inches on both sides. So decent amount of work. I'm loving the size of it. I'm loving this blanket. I think it's gonna be a keep for me, honestly. So I'm going to bed now. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I haven't even been half-assing this video. I feel like I have just completely forgotten about this video. I guess it's less I've forgotten about this video and more like I went through week 1 of March. I was literally too busy to do anything. Week 2 ended up being way busier than I thought it was going to be, so I wasn't able to do much then. Week 3, I ended up not wanting to be on camera. And here we are at week 4. Today's the 24th, and I'm like, great, where's the content? I've been able to make enough content for all my other videos, But this video, so I have decided in April, I'm not giving myself a month-long challenge. I'm not doing a video. My month-long challenge will be do whatever I want and don't buy yarn. I decided today to sit down and look through all of like the things that I've actually done this month, because I wasn't sure if I had actually accomplished anything, and I wasn't as bad as I thought I was. So thank the Lord for that. But I have bought 6 cakes of yarn. I had a Michael's voucher and I went to spend the $10 and I spent way more than $10. And then I earned another $10. That was great. I'm going to spend another $10 next month on yarn at Michael's. But I didn't go like overboard like last month. So I'll give that like she did okay. For the challenges, I haven't done any of those. I still would like to, maybe next month. I have made 2 wish list items and I've started 1 more. I will show you those right now. The one that I have started is this sweater, which is based on the pattern I Smell Snow. This will be the top. It's all of this yarn that I had bought from Hobby. I had like a ton of it. I did have to buy a little bit more to finish the pattern. I don't count that. If I have to buy yarn to finish something that I'm actively working on, I don't count. I made the eye sweater, which I have a whole entire video about, so I didn't feel the need to like show it here. Love this. Freaking love it. And then I didn't show anyone, TikTok or YouTube, this. I sat down one day and I just made this, which is freaking, it does not hang well. I need to not hang it, but I don't know how to store it. And I've like steamed the collar, but the collar doesn't want to lay down right. This is that's the back. This is the Coliseum top by EDF Arts. I'll have it linked down below, but it's such a cute top. And this was yarn I bought at Michael's just this trip. So I will call that a win that I already used it. I do know that I want to make like more of those tops though. I would like to make some in my like traditional acrylic yarn because I think it would look really cool in that kind of a yarn. Hold up, actually, before we move on to whips, I also wanted to try to make a new vest pattern. I was filming another video, so I was talking about this is I have like 2 kinds of vest patterns. I have this one, which I do really like. This is one that I made. I don't have a written pattern for it. I just kind of made it up a while ago. Just a really simple square. And then I have another one, which is based off of my loose sweater pattern, which I don't have on YouTube, but I have it on TikTok. And I do really like that one. It's the green, it's actually really similar to this color piece, but I don't like how the shoulders look. They're really thick. But I love how the body looks on that one. And so I wanted to see if I could make that with like thinner shoulders. And so I made this piece all out of scrap yarn, and I love how this looks. I will say the armholes, I probably could have used like an extra centimeter on the armholes, but otherwise this is amazing. I need to tie in all of my ends and it's really fun. I really like, it's such like a weird piece. I don't know, I can't decide if I'm gonna keep this or if I'm gonna sell it. Like it fits me really well, and I think after I steam it the armholes will relax a little bit. Here, I can actually try it on for you right now so you can see it. Oh, the armholes have relaxed a little bit. So this is just kind of how it fits. Sorry, let me back up a little bit. I have just been like really, I don't know if you call this like a vest or a top, but I've just been really in the mood for these, and I just also have been not in the mood to film anything, which is bad because like I love filming things. I love like making content for you guys, but this is really freaking cute. I'm just gonna leave this on for right now while I keep talking about my whips, because I want to see how I feel like wearing it. No, one more thing actually. We're not talking about whips yet either. I have like 3 balls of this. It is the Big Twist, and I think it's deep teal, dark teal yarn. I have 3 whole ones of these, which is enough to make a whole sweater. I tried to start this 2 different times, and both times I wasn't happy with how it was coming out. So I'm putting that on the back burner. 2 tries, you're out. I will make a sweater eventually all out of that color. But right now it's not working. So one time I made it too short, and then one time I made it too wide. And of course, like the time I made it too short was when I was going up and down and I was like almost all the way across. And the time I made it too wide was when I went across and then I had gone back and forth a bit, so I went To me, I feel like I was listening to the universe, and the universe was telling me, leave that yarn alone, do something different. Now we'll talk about whips. For whips, I'm sorry, this color looks so good on me. This was the, I don't have this wrapper anymore, but this was the Karen Colorama Halo, and it's whatever the blue one is. I don't have, this is the orange one, and it's called Beeswax Frost, so I don't know what the blue one is. And I only had a little bit left. I thought it would be enough to make like a whole vest. Clearly, I was mistaken. Okay, now we really talk about whips. I finished 2 whips already. I just can't remember if I've told you about them, so I'm going to talk about them really quickly. I did this sweater, which I will be listing on my Etsy. I have taken all of the photos. I have priced everything. I have done all of the thing. I just need to write a description and then put it live. I have my moss green. It's very similar to this color. I've been obsessed with this color recently, if you can't tell. Moss stitch green blanket, which I know I showed you in this video. I did finish that. If I didn't tell you earlier, it's downstairs sitting on my couch already, where it will live, because I love it so much. And the cat doesn't really like it, but whatever, he can get over it. He has his own blankets. Like, if I put all of that together, I feel like right now I could say that's like a 60% out of this month, which I wouldn't say is passing, but I'd say for especially the hard times I've been going through this month is okay. Good evening, much later that same night. I finally made my decision. I realized, why would I start a challenge when I literally, in my 12 projects that I want to start and do and whatever I end up calling that video, I was talking about how I'm so annoyed with myself for just starting projects and never actually working on the things that I want to work on, and how I literally just made the eye sweater and I love it, and I feel so much more accomplished having that project than I do finishing other projects, because it's something that I've like really wanted for a long time. So I have started working on the fish vest. I am doing a video, somewhat tutorial. I'm doing a tutorial for the main part of the vest, and then I will do a like show you what I do for the embroidery, but I won't actually do a tutorial on how I embroider into my crochet, because this will be my first time doing it. My cat's attacking my yarn. Don't think you guys can see that. Yeah. So I really don't feel like I can give a tutorial yet, because it's my first time. So I really don't know what I'm doing. You know, I've got to figure stuff out. I have a basic idea. I've done a lot of embroidery over the years. I've made my own patches. I've embroidered on clothing. I have a really creative eye, so I'm not worried about it. I just feel like I can't make a tutorial until I, you know, get through the trials and tribulations and stuff. And this is going to be a lot of me, don't do it, me figuring out how I want to do things. He's ready to attack this. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the camera. Hello. I have not been feeling well, so I didn't feel well yesterday. No, I don't think I'm sick. I think I'm just fatigued. I don't talk a lot on my channel. I mentioned quite a bit that I have issues. I talk a lot about my migraines, but I don't get into details about like some of my other issues, excuse me, some of my other issues. I did get diagnosed a few years ago with CFS, which is chronic fatigue syndrome. Yesterday, I just felt awful. Like generally when I have kind of a flare up, it's just, I'm exhausted, I'm worn out, and it gets to the point where I can feel it like starting to affect my mood, and I just kind of become like a bitch. Like, I'm sorry, there's no other word for it. And so I did the smart thing. I came home early from work yesterday because I knew I was just going to get mean at work. And I like canceled my evening plans and I stayed home and I just crocheted. And then today I called off of work and I slept 12 hours last night and I'm still exhausted. So I'm taking it so easy today, and tomorrow I work from home, so I'll be taking it easy tomorrow, thankfully. I did finish a project yesterday that I've been working on. There will be a video for this. I can't remember if this is coming out before or after. When this video comes out, I'm a little out of it right now. I need to work on something small so I can just kind of like meh, or I need to just make progress on a whip. And so that's basically what I need to decide. And I thought I was gonna sit here and like talk it through and think it through with you, but I am yawning so much that I don't think that's possible. So I'm gonna go make some decisions and I'm gonna yawn again, so I'll come back later. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of talking now. I think I'm feeling well enough that hopefully I'll stop yawning. Oh my god! I realized that I didn't want to start working on another one of my dream projects, especially because I do think I want to try and film as many of those as I can. Like, maybe not all of them get their own individual video, but I want to film them as much as I can. But another project that I have been really wanting to make for a while and haven't been doing is like a pair of, well, I keep calling them a pair of sleeves, but I think they're actually called, what is the word? A snuggie? No, that's not it. That's the thing you put on. Oh my god, what? Okay, well now I'm blanking on the name. Hold up, where's my phone? Or a shruggie. And so it's basically like, I don't know how well that's gonna show up, but one of those, or I think I have a photo of like someone wearing one, like one of these. But I wanted it to be very, oh, here's kind of one. Very like bell sleevey, at least for this one that I was making. And so I had this yarn. I had 2 balls of this brown prism yarn because when I saw it in the store, this was probably a year ago, I knew that I wanted this. I knew I wanted it. I didn't know what I was going to make with it, but I knew I wanted it. And so I bought 2 of these because it said on the back for 2 you could make like a scarf and a hat. And so I was like, I'll probably make like a scarf and a hat or something because I love this brown. I think it looks really good with my skin tone. That sounds great. I was thinking I would probably have enough to be able to make the whole thing in just the brown, but I wasn't totally certain and I knew it was going to be tight, so I said I'm just going to start with doing only the sleeves, and then that way if I don't have enough I can do the like body portion in this gray. And then the front, I think I want the front to be kind of like a cardigan where I could like button it closed, so I'll need to get a button. I have some buttons, so I think I'll look through what I have first and see if anything will work. If not, then I will run to like Michael's and see if there's anything there that I really like. Good morning. So I have finished both of my sleeves and I have added just a row of, I don't even know what to call it, but it's where I'm going to attach my back and front panel to both of them. And so they're going to sit on me like this. And now I have officially crocheted the back panel, so it'll be on my back, of course, and then it'll attach itself to the back of both of these like so, and then I'm gonna have to sew them up. I do think I'm gonna do it now instead of after I've done the front panel because okay, so I attempted to just like crochet directly in a panel and it did not work, so I've undone it and I have this like ball of yarn that I've been working with. And as I was doing that, it did teach me like a lot of things which helped me understand the structure of how I need to do this back panel. That's why I think I need to just sew this back panel in, try it on, and then I think I'll be able to understand how I need to do the front panel. I'm definitely gonna finish this up probably in the next, I'll say 2-3 hours, depending on how many breaks I take and how frustrated I get and how complicated things end up being. My cat just arrived. Let me give him some room. Then I'll still have some time to work on something else. Hello. So instead of sewing, I did the lazy way out, which is I slip stitched across. It isn't like fantastic, but I'll clean it up. It'll look a little bit better than it currently does. I'm gonna do my first try on. It's probably not gonna be great without the front. I'm losing this sleeve, but if it's better than it was before, I will call this a success. Okay, I need to go to ignore my friend for a second. I'm sure people who have Discord very, very familiar with that sound. You stay here. I'm gonna, oh, this is way better than what I had before. How well can you see it? I can't tell anymore. Hold up, what am I doing? Oh, I have my hair in the way, sorry. There you go. So that's what it looks like across my back. And here we are kind of in the front. I'm gonna show you guys a way better, like, recording of this later. But for now, just know that this is getting way closer to what I wanted. Well, I had a really rough afternoon. It's actually 6 o'clock. I am just finishing this now and we'll go over it in just a second. But my cat threw up for like an hour straight, like probably 15-20 times, and he's never done that before. This is my first cat that I've ever owned. This is my first like solo pet I've ever owned besides like goldfish or plants. I panicked hard. He's fine. He's doing well. He's somewhere now. And he's recovered and he's doing well, but that was a few hours of just sheer panic. And I will be monitoring him because, you know, if anything happens, I will have to like take him to the emergency vet still. But right now he's very stable. He's pooped. He's drunk lots of water. He hasn't thrown up in hours. And he just now had like a small little bit to eat. So I'm gonna see how that sits on his tummy. And he's taking a long nap. And he also played for a little bit with me. So like he's checking all the boxes. I legit just think he ate something that upset his tummy. He was outside on my porch for a little bit this morning. And at one point in his throw up, I saw a pine needle. Like a little bit of a pine needle, which I know he's eaten before and not enjoyed. And at one point today, I think he caught a lizard. So like either of those two things could have definitely upset his tummy. So that stopped me from really focusing on just this. So let's talk about it. First off, I wasn't ready for this to make like a V shape here. But I really like the V shape it made. I just wish I could get, like, I want it to be like this at the bottom, and I was trying to do that with the button, but it isn't exactly sitting like that. Like when I do this, I feel like it folds in a little bit, and I don't know why that is. So I don't know, I might play with that a little bit. Also definitely this button a little bit too close to this one. Like, oh, here he is. Like there's all this kind of space here, which I guess maybe you could go because like there's a gap there. So the back is just straight across. And the sleeves are exactly how I wanted them. Sleeves get a 10 out of 10. This part up here, I'd say, minus the button area, I'd say everything else gets maybe a 7 out of 10. There's a little bit of funkiness, a little bit of wonkiness in some areas. It was my first time ever doing something like this, so I expected it to be. I was also kind of frustrated how many tries it took me. Like you see when I go like this, like there's definitely some funkiness. But the button area, there's definitely something I did wrong. Like not necessarily in sewing on the buttons, but like in how the fabric overlaps with the other fabric. Maybe just like put my buttonholes too close to the edge. Like maybe I should have actually put things in farther. I wonder if that would have solved some of our problems. Like, let's see if I can even put it through one of these. Like if I could do something like this and then put this last one maybe at the point. Okay, that actually isn't bad. If I could put one more up here, I'd have to go look at it in a mirror somewhere and like figure out how I feel about that. But if I could put one more here and then actually use this buttonhole, that might be my solution. Welcome to Saturday. So while I wait on my supplies to get here, I have had this yarn in my closet for a long time. It's a wool alpaca silk blend, and I don't have a ton of it. I only had 4 of these, and it's like 82 yards at that. My original plan was to make a really chunky striped sweater between it and I have some of it in like a light gray, and then I had like a dark gray that kind of matched the texture of it because it does have like this loose, like braided almost texture. I'm just like so nervous. I don't have enough even between the three of them. And so I decided, you know what, I've always really wanted like a maroon sweater, and I've been recently in the mood to make like a really loose, meshy sweater. So that's what I started last night, and I'm making it a raglan so that I can just stop whenever I run out of yarn. If, like, God forbid, it stops really short, I can then tie on the light gray and keep going. Although I did notice that like this yarn that I was using yesterday, I think the texture would also kind of match. This is definitely not like something I would wear normally over this, and the back is kind of curling up a little bit. Okay, I think we kind of get the gist though of what I'm doing here. And so next I'm just going to stop with the body for a little bit because I really want to do the arms and see how much progress I can make on the arms. Because I just need to see how long I can get them. I love this color. I think it's so gorgeous. In person, it's kind of like a cherry cola color. And the yarn is so soft and comfortable. It's definitely like a little bit irritating on my skin because of the wool. But I would just have to wear this over some things. And to make this so far, I just kind of followed my top-down raglan pattern, which I do have a playlist here for it, except I'm doing a mesh pattern, and I didn't do the mesh on the first row. I started the mesh on the second row, and instead of doing like a double crochet and then chain two and then a double crochet into the same loop to start the like corners, I did a triple crochet in the corners instead of that chain two because I really wanted that collar to be solid. So this is what one ball gets me in the arm. I wish it wouldn't have hit me like right at the elbow. I feel like that's such a weird place to end the color, but I'm going to stop here, do the other arm. It's gonna end at the same place, and then I have this left. So what I'll do is I'll do the body, and I'm guessing honestly they're probably gonna end around the same placement. So I will have to do another color. I really love this color. I think it's gorgeous. So I think where I'm at with this, I don't have enough of the like this color from my other project. Definitely do not have enough of that. So I can go with this light gray because it is the same yarn and everything, and so it would match the best. So I traded doing some chores, meaning I bribed myself. I said if I do some chores, I can go to the store and find yarn that'll match that I can use for my sweater. I traded doing some chores, and my reward was I can go to the store. And after I went to the store, I've been meaning to go to my Goodwill for a while to look for frames specifically, but instead of getting, they didn't have any frames that I liked, so I did get some sweaters, which I'll walk you through that after we go through my Michaels order. Yay! To go with the maroon, I was very frustrated and limited. I was gonna vlog in the store, but my Michaels doesn't have much yarn, and I was getting so frustrated with like how little of a selection they actually have that I just didn't do it. So to go with the maroon, I decided to do navy. I wanted something like a little bit more saturated, a little bit more of a royal blue, a little bit less of a navy, but this was just the best I could do. So I got, I think, 4 of these, which I think will be enough. It might be a little bit too much, but I'd rather have like slightly too much, and then I'll do something with it in the end. Also, oh my goodness, there's something gross on the inside of this yarn. Like, I don't know how well you could see that, but like this is, look at that. Now, when I was looking at something to go with the gray, because I was like, you know what, since I'm gonna do the blue with the maroon, I need something while I'm here just to pick to go with the gray. So this is the gray. As a reminder, I did have a little snip in my pocket. I found this, which I loved, and I would have done only this, except they only had 2 balls of this. Like, I just think it, like the gray inside of it matches like perfectly. but they only had 2, so I grabbed both of those and I wandered around, and the only other thing they had that was like kind of close was this Heartland. So I think I'll try to do maybe cuffs or something with this. I don't really know how it's all going to work out in the end, to be honest, because there's not like a ton in these two. I think they're like 93 yards, 85 meters. So like they don't have that much. I don't have that much in this. I don't know how I'm going to divide that all up, to be honest. And then I walked over to the bead section because beads were all on sale, and I am trying to like get more beads since I'm like really into those right now, and I just want to have some like random ones in my collection, and just have some that I really like. So especially seed beads. So I picked up 3 because these were all, I think, $3.99 and 60% off. So I don't even know what they ended up coming out to. And I emailed my receipt, so I don't even have it with me. So I got this one first. Trying not to show the other ones. This one first, which is just really pretty, like iridescent beads. I got this one next, which is more of like a turquoisey color. And then I got this one last, which is kind of like a purple lavender color almost. Then, as you know, I went and stopped by Goodwill and I picked up, I think, 5 sweaters, which all of them fit me really well, except one that fits me like okay. And the one that fits me okay, I'm gonna attempt to steam it. I've never done that before with a like machine made sweater, like a sweater that I've purchased before. I'll start with that one so that I can show you guys. I just fell in love with it. It's this gorgeous maroon sweater. It's actually kind of similar to the maroon I have, but it is a little bit different. You can see just like slightly different. In person, it looks a lot more different than on the camera. And I just love the kind of cabling that it has on the front. That's something I will never do. And what's a little bit tight is just right in this seam where the body meets the sleeves. It fits, but it's just like a little bit uncomfortable for me because like I was aware that it was touching my body. From there on, everything else fits me like perfectly. So I got this one, which has like a line down the center, which I always like unique pieces. So anything that has like texture or something funky with it. And so that's why I was drawn to this. I also like love the color and it's so soft. It is so soft. I wish you guys could feel it. And I also will never make myself a piece that is like this small of a thread. This one, it has like a really unique body. It's also black. I won't work with black yarn. And so the body, you see how the sleeves like are really slack, and then the top is like, the neckline is really loose. I absolutely want to copy how this pattern was made. In love, obsessed. Someone else's hair is in it. This one is fantastic. This was one of the first ones I grabbed and I was like instant purchase. It actually has like no arms or no sleeves. It's kind of more of like a poncho, I guess, because it's really just like a long rectangle that has like 2 sewn areas together. I'm not trying them on because I'm way too hot. So I don't know how well you can kind of see. I don't know how well you can kind of see like how that one is, but I love it. I'm obsessed with it. And then this last one was actually the first one I tried on, the first one I grabbed, and I love it. It might be my favorite one that I bought. It's so simple, but it's really just giving like old fisherman vibes. This is the life I want to live. I just want to be by the sea and light fires at the top of a lighthouse and warn people and be in solitude. So when I saw this, I was like, mine? Can't wait to be able to wear this. So I got to the end of the sleeve. I have this really cool design. I'll show it to you guys tomorrow. And I didn't like the shape of the sleeve that I made. Sorry, it's really dark in here. I don't know what's going on. It would help if my light was pointed at me. So I'm frogging the entire sleeve. Yeah, I was 1 row away from being done. Well, 1 row and then having to do the cuff of this sleeve. But I decided, nope, this was really easy to do. I want to make this right. So I'm frogging, I think, almost all of it. There might be like, so I think I'm doing 28 rows plus the cuff. So whatever ribbing I decide to do, I don't know, I might be frogging everything except 10 rows. But at least this yarn is pretty easy to frog. Every once in a while it snags, but it's not like common enough. Welcome to April. I did not get to finish this when I wanted to, which was the last day of March. So I decided to extend this video just a little bit, and it's April 2nd. So I'm going to show you what this all looks like right now and end our March vlog here. So let's put this bad boy on and see how I did so I can finally show you kind of what I was thinking, because I didn't really talk about kind of the weird pattern changes that I decided to make. Oh, here it is. I think you can already kind of tell. Hopefully the colors are showing up pretty well. Let me give you like a little spin, and I have already tied my ends in, which is fantastic. We love when she's on the ball. I realized really freaking quickly that I was not going to have enough of this red, and I decided that instead of just doing like a line straight across where the blue was going to just be cut on all of the areas, I was going to do something fun where on my left sleeve it was going to have like 10% blue, on the body it was going to be like 40% blue, and then on the right arm it was going to be like 90% blue. And I really love how it came out. This is wool, so I am hot right now. Oh, to be fair, it's like 90 degrees outside in Florida right now. I can't believe it's already 90 degrees in April, but it is. So I'm sweating very, 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 very much, even with my AC going. So I will need to take this off pretty quickly, even with all the holes. Also, wool, you know, is not great on my skin, so I'm pretty itchy, sweaty and itchy right now, but it's so cute and I can't wait to wear it in the winter months. But this will definitely have to be a cold sweater. I won't be able to wear this anytime during the summer. How did I do this month? Pretty well. I didn't like succeed at the beginning of the month like I planned. Of course, I overestimated everything that I thought I was going to be able to accomplish this month, which is fine because halfway through the month I reevaluated and readdressed my situation and I calmed myself down. Now, I did crochet, I think I counted 8 bucket hats. I still have all of them, and I have decided to just sell them as is, as this smaller size, although I haven't taken photos of them and listed them yet. I definitely need to do that. I also finished 2 whips. That was the green moss stitch blanket, which is downstairs, and the pink, blue, gray, purple, maroon sweater, which was in here, but I don't see it anymore, so I can't show that to you. Now for my dream projects, I finished 2, and I started 2 more. So I finished my, what did I finish? What did I finish? I know I've talked to you guys through them. I made my sleeves, which are over there. I know I started working on this vest, which a video will be out next week for this. I started working on my It Smells of Snow sweater, which it's downstairs as well, but I have the yarn for it up here. And I freaking know I finished another one. Okay, I don't know what else I finished, but I know there was another project I finished because I literally was just editing this video and I was looking at it. So I also did this, and I did the, I don't know what to call it, vest crop top that I just remembered what it was. It was the Coliseum top. That was the other project that I finished. Yep, okay. Love that. Cannot wait to wear that. Still haven't gotten to wear it yet. But I should put that into, maybe tomorrow I'll wear it. I also finished this top, which I really, really love. And I needed to make a pattern for it, like ASAP, because this would be a great summer top. I didn't accomplish the goal isn't out for necessarily, although I will say I didn't buy a ton of extraneous yarn. I was very good about that. So that I would give myself like an 80% on. My whips, I accomplished 2, so that's on 100%. My dream projects, I wanted to do 3. I finished 2, and then I started 2 more. So that's like 90%, and then I wanted to do the challenge projects, which I did 0 on. So I'm gonna put myself around a 60-70% honestly for this month. And as a heads up, I have officially decided I'm not gonna do, I am sweating in this, oh my god, I am not going to do a April month-long video. I would like to be back and do one in May. I think these are so much fun. Even if I don't do a challenge for the whole entire month, I really just like using them, oh my god, as a way to like track all of the extra things that I crochet that I don't necessarily make videos for, because listen, I make a lot of things and I don't always video all of them. So it's a great way for me just to like be able to show you guys what I'm working on. Okay, now that my skin is no longer on fire, the cat's not here to say goodbye to you all. He is downstairs sleeping, but I am gonna go. I'm going to leave you now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like crochet, then I hope you're willing to subscribe, because I am bringing lots of crochet content. I'm gonna bring some tutorials and some more really fun stuff really soon to you. I'm also dropping videos every single Friday. Get excited for that, and I hope to talk to you in the comments soon. Bye!